widespread damage across the state. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Tiffany Tucker alongside Chief Meteorologist Jason Nicholas. Jason, I'm not going to talk too much because you have a lot to talk about when it comes to this most likely devastating storm.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Right now, we're kind of dealing with a couple of things, really three big issues with this storm. One, we've been talking about the storm surge, the push of water in the Gulf of Mexico onshore. Secondly, the strong winds, which you would expect in a hurricane. We have an extreme wind warning, which is very rare. And third, the excessive rainfall that much of Florida will get.
A lot to take in.
Milton. Yeah, three really things. And then those are things, and you also mentioned it, the severe weather threat, right? Tornadoes up and down the east coast of Florida. We had a tornado near Vero Beach about an hour and a half ago. We had another tornado in West Palm, in and around West Palm Beach. So, you know, this can be a multi-prong event. And obviously the storm surge, the very strong winds, the heavy rain near the center of the storm will be the big issues here. And obviously we had Helene move through here a couple of weeks ago with all that junk and all that trash that people had out in the sidewalks and at their curbs, probably blowing around right now in especially Pinellas County. Okay. Live look right now. This is the Naples Pier. Hard to really see. It's nighttime. You can certainly see the water there higher than it normally would be. Here's the latest on Milton 120. This wind speed's going to come down, though, as it makes landfall. In fact, the outer eye wall right now is making landfall in and around the Sarasota area. So really, the National Hurricane Center will make an estimation of where they actually want to say this storm made landfall and when. It's kind of a secondary issue at this point. We know where it is, where it's going. Winds at 120, and remember this excessive wind warning that has been issued for the Tampa Bay area calls for winds 115 miles per hour and greater, and it goes until 9:30. And you can see there is the center of circulation. There's the eye wall right there, and on the north side of this eye wall, some horrible weather through Pinellas and even into Hillsborough County. And then as we head farther south, Anna Maria Island, Holmes Beach, Bradenton Beach, all the way down to Sarasota, all the way down possibly to Venice Beach here. This is where the eye wall is coming on shore. So far, the wind up in Tampa Bay has been offshore, the northern side of this storm. But if this thing starts to jog a little bit farther north, we could actually get a surge into Tampa Bay. I think the worst surge here is going to be Sarasota and south, even into Fort Myers and the Port Charlotte area, Punta Gorda, which if you remember those towns, those areas, and you're familiar at all with hurricane history, that's where in 2007 Hurricane Charlie came up and devastated those areas. Also, we had obviously the hurricane a couple of weeks ago make its way up the western coast of Florida as well, Helene, and that did bring a storm surge here, especially to those barrier islands in Pinellas County, from basically Treasure Island all the way down there and in and around the Anna Maria Island as well. So this is not great. And again, Sarasota and south will see the worst storm surge, but add to that the excessive rainfall we're going to get throughout much of Florida. The northern edge of that eye wall, we could see 1 to maybe 2 feet of rain. And as we've seen, now this is a different geography than what happened up in the Carolinas, but it's a lot of rain, a lot of water. They're going to have flooding throughout much of central Florida. Add to that, those very strong winds will likely have power outages, a lot of power outages as well. When we talk about extreme wind warning, 115 miles per hour, that will take out power big time. All right, Milton making landfall as we speak. Clear skies for us and chilly. And then as we head into the upcoming weekend, our next big thing, we'll talk more about this coming up during our main weather segment, becoming unsettled. And that means we've got rain back in the forecast as we head through Saturday, Sunday, even into next week. And with that rainfall will come a pretty significant cool down too, with high temperatures barely making it out of the low to mid 50s. So certainly a return to fall weather here as we head through the early part of next week. More on that and more, of course, the latest on Hurricane Milton, most likely an hour and a half or so of officially making landfall just south of Tampa Bay. Tiffany.
All right, Jason, you mentioned this just a short time ago. Dozens of tornado warnings today across Florida and several actual tornadoes touching down. This is video from Fort Myers. Home security cameras capturing the moments a potential tornado blows past a house there. You can see the trees bending in the high winds. That storm blew off several roofs in that area. Here's a shot of another tornado. This one was near I-75 in an area known as Alligator Alley. Traffic cameras show the tornado not far from the interstate where thousands of people were still evacuating. The state of Florida lifted all those tolls and is allowing some vehicles to drive on the shoulders to help traffic keep moving.
I saw the tornado coming. I yelled for my wife to come look at it. It's cool. Kid, wife, come look at it. Started to get close, hit the trees, and we all started going for the hallway. Didn't even make it there in time. Started doop doop, and I heard a piece of glass crack and it sucked the whole roof off. And I felt the thing suck me up. And I grabbed my kid and my wife and hunkered down.
He's explained it right there. You heard him. A tornado came right for his house and ripped the roof right off. Family's very lucky to be alive. All the windows are blown out. Just a terrible mess there, all before Hurricane Milton even makes landfall. Jeez. Well, donations from here and around the country have been pouring in to help victims of Hurricane Helene, and more will be needed in Florida for Hurricane Milton. The Red Cross is sending supplies down south. If you would like to pitch in, text Helene to 90999, or you can donate online at redcross.org/donate. Well, here at home, we're expecting a warm up for the weekend before another snap of chilly air. Here's 19 First Alert meteorologist Jeff Tanchek with a long-term forecast.
Okay, First Alert meteorologist Jeff Tanchek with you here. So this is what you're looking at here on the map of the country. This is for tomorrow afternoon. Okay, so by this time, tomorrow afternoon, we think Milton will be either moving out over the Atlantic or will be out over the Atlantic. It's going to be moving through Florida, the central part of Florida tomorrow morning. Now, we have this big dip in the jet stream here happening, so it's chilly northeast, and we're kind of getting in on that tomorrow as well. And then we'll have to watch Thursday night, early Friday, many potentially seeing their first frost. The warmer air remains out west here, Rockies, Texas, and dry. There's going to be another chunk of much cooler air coming in here early next week, as you'll see. So watch the progression. This is tomorrow. Okay, so this particular shot of chilly air will still be with us. In fact, tomorrow could be the coolest day coming up this week here. Then all of a sudden, after the cold start to the day on Friday, we actually warm. Many could be above 70. The weekend doesn't look too bad here, but we have another cold front that's going to be coming through on Sunday. And then get ready for this, okay? Another big upper level low will set up east of us on Monday, and that forces down even colder air Monday, Tuesday, even a week from now. In fact, this particular shot of below normal temperatures will make it down all the way to the southeast eventually. And because of that northwest to north steering wind here, we're going to get lake effect showers. So get ready. First half of next week looks mighty chilly. And then there are signs that by the end of next week, we'll start a new warming trend.
Have you heard of the Waffle House Index when it comes to hurricanes in the south? Kelly Dobeck explains why even FEMA takes it seriously. That's straight ahead.
Cleveland's only all-weather show. In-depth, live, and focused on you. This is the 19 First Alert Focus.
Hi everyone, meteorologist Kelly Dobeck here. I want to talk about the Waffle House Index when it comes to severe storms and especially hurricanes, and especially Hurricane Milton. So what is the Waffle House Index? Why are we talking about a restaurant, and what does it have to do with severe weather? So it's an unofficial way that people and actually emergency management teams, FEMA even, uses to determine how bad a storm threat is going to be. So it's an actual index. Waffle House even pushes it out on their social media pages. It has been actively used by FEMA for years for different hurricanes and different situations. So what is it? It's actually a level of 3 different colors indicating how severe storms are going to be and if Waffle House is going to be open. Waffle House does everything in their power to stay open for folks when there's severe weather, when there's power outages. So, it gives them a little glimpse of hope, somewhere to go to warm up or cool off, or even, have a hot meal for the first time or have electricity. So let's talk about the index. There's 3 different colors here. If the Waffle House Index is green, it means the restaurant is fully open, full menu, they've got electricity. You really don't have to worry too much about storm threat being immediate in that area. If it's yellow, it means, there's most likely storm damage around. There's a limited menu, possible power outages. They might be on a generator as well, but the Waffle Houses do have generators, so they try to stay open. Now, when we see a red Waffle House Index, that means damage and destruction from severe weather is happening or has happened, and it is closed. It is significant damage. And the reason I'm pushing that so hard is because Tampa, Cape Coral, and St. Petersburg have already closed Waffle House locations before the storm even officially makes landfall, which is a good indication that we are going to see a lot of storm damage along the west coast of Florida. Waffle House tweeting this out. You see all the red markers here, mainly along the immediate west coast. There are some green further inland towards central Florida, but this is just another indication that Hurricane Milton could potentially bring historic damage.
Now, your 19 First Alert forecast, certified most accurate since 2004.
All right, well, great information there. The Waffle House Index. I had no clue about that until Kelly just told me. That is amazing stuff and really interesting. I mean, is it scientific? Iffy, but boy, it gives you an idea of the impacts and what's happening in the local community, what's happening on the ground. So if the Waffle House closes, that's a big deal. And as Kelly just mentioned, these Waffle Houses in and around Milton are closed. So here's a live look right now, 120 current winds, but the winds are going to go down as this thing makes landfall because, of course, as we know, tropical system, once they make landfall, they lose their energy. We've got tornado watches. We had a lot of tornado warnings up and down the east coast of Florida. Scary stuff. I know folks down there, a lot of people evacuated the area in and around Milton, and a lot went north, yes, but some went south. Can you imagine you evacuate to get out of a hurricane and you're under a tornado warning? Exactly, and I'm sure that happened to a lot of people today. Okay, here's a look at the latest. The worst weather right now is on the northern eye wall, from Anna Maria Island over to Bradenton and then up into St. Petersburg, St. Pete Beach, up into Pinellas County, in and around the Clearwater area, and even up towards Tampa itself. This is some nasty weather on the north side of this eye wall, not due to storm surge. Storm surge is actually, it's an opposite surge. We're actually getting an offshore flow there up into Tampa Bay. The surge is south. Severe weather, thankfully, over the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean right now. So that's good news there. The track is pretty much not that big of a deal now because we know where it's making landfall, right around Sarasota here. It'll move through the Orlando area later tonight into tomorrow morning, and then by late morning into the afternoon offshore, and then by late tomorrow night into Friday, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Milton. And it's not going to do any of these curves back it's not going to sit around here. It's going to get out of here and never to be heard from again, and that's fine. All right, take a look here at our storm surge. Remember, that's just a rise in the sea level. It's the storm pushing the water out ahead. It's like getting into a bathtub. You get in the bathtub and the water gets pushed to the edge of the tub. That's the exact same thing what's happening. So Milton is pushing down this water and it's got nowhere to go but out. And normally it goes, well, it always goes in the direction of the storm. So all this water has been pushed from the southwest on shore. Sarasota and south of the eye wall is the worst storm surge. Now look at future view. This is big time rains. 1.5 feet of rainfall is possible along that I-4 corridor that connects Orlando and Tampa. I think this is a little underdone, these numbers here, approaching a foot or more in some places. I do think that's a real possibility, 10 to 20 inches of rain. Let's bring it back closer to home. Clear skies, chilly tonight. We are tracking, of course, Hurricane Milton, and we are also tracking our weekend rain threat. And we're tracking a lot of stuff, as always. We've got aurora chances tomorrow night and also Friday night, but tomorrow night's got the better weather. What do? Wait till sunsets, look north, get away from city lights. Lakeshore works the best because we have more visibility. We'll see. Right now, things are quiet. We do have frost advisories to our east and another frost advisory to our west. 'Tis the season. Couple of spotty showers to our north and east, but overall we are looking dry. That is until the upcoming weekend. Our overnight lows tonight bottoming out in the mid to upper 40s. Some areas away from the lakeshore could easily see a 41 or a 42. Tomorrow only at 60, so we are quite chilly, 59 in fact. 73 Friday. There's your rain threat. Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, if there's a Game 5, meaning the Guardians win tomorrow, Game 5 will be Saturday downtown. I can't rule out a couple of showers there later in the day, and then better chances Sunday and Monday as we really cool things off. Only in the 50s, Tiffany, next week.
I'm okay with that. Hey, now it's time to share some of your pictures of what it looks like in your neighborhood. The first ones are from Leah Swanson. She saw some amazing clouds. She described them as Van Gogh's Starry Night painting. Then David Matthias, sending us these sailing crew on the water in Cleveland. And a beautiful shot of the marina. Great pictures, Dave. And everyone else who continues to send the pictures our way, if you want to do that, all you have to do is go to cleveland19.com or the 19 First Alert weather app.
Tracking the changes week by week, this is the 19 First Alert 7-Day Focus.
Okay, well, I have to apologize. I gave away a little bit of the 7-day a few moments ago. I'm sorry. Normally we wait until right now, but I'm doing kind of double work here, Sam, enjoying some time off. So here we go. 7-day focus here over the next 7 days. Tomorrow, a few clouds to start today. Otherwise, we'll look at afternoon sunshine. But notice the temperature, 59. Quite chilly. Normally we're at 67. We're going to warm up a little bit on Friday, low 70s. Also notice this number right here. Friday morning is going to be chilly. Widespread readings Friday morning in the upper 30s and lower 40s. Going to be a cool day. Friday, though, we warm up through the afternoon. Pretty nice weather to be out and about. That includes good weather for high school football games. Saturday, we do throw in a few spotty showers. I show you Saturday because obviously it's a weekend. A lot of people out and about enjoying fall festivities. And when the Guardians win tomorrow night, it'll be Game 5 of the ALDS to advance to the ALCS. We have hope. We have faith. A couple of losses. Who cares? They will score runs tomorrow. Okay, few showers coming in later in the day. So we'll have to throw that chance in for a few showers there on Saturday night. Sunday looks to be a little wetter. Also windy, temperatures in the upper 60s, and then we'll see those temperatures fall Sunday night into Monday. Monday, we're only at 54. We're only at 52 on Tuesday with a few showers. It's also going to be pretty windy Monday, Tuesday. And we start to dry things out mid next week. And as Jeff mentioned earlier, we could actually be in store for a warm-up for the middle and end of next week. There's a look at your 7-day. And I'm told this particular 1-second weather with Jeff is a must-watch. Let's look.
From Cleveland's certified most accurate weather team, it's time for the 1-second forecast with First Alert meteorologist and lake effect expert Jeff Tanchak. Tomorrow's weather will be
Chilly.
the First Alert 1-second forecast, the only 1-second forecast you can trust. From Cleveland's certified most accurate weather team, it's time for the 1-second forecast with First Alert meteorologist and lake effect expert Jeff Tanchak. Tomorrow's weather will be
Chilly.
the First Alert 1-second forecast, the only one. From Cleveland's certified most accurate weather team, it's time for the 1-second forecast with First Alert meteorologist and lake effect expert Jeff Tanchak. Tomorrow's weather will be
Chilly.
the First Alert 1-second forecast, the only 1-second forecast you can Forecasts focused on you. This is your 19 First Alert planning calendar.
I'm meteorologist Erica Page, and we are, of course, taking a look at activities going on here across Northeast Ohio because, believe it or not, yes, we are talking Cavs preseason basketball. I can't believe we're already to this point in the year, and the good news is if you are headed into downtown Cleveland to enjoy some of those festivities, well, guess what? You've got a pretty nice fall-like forecast to enjoy. Tip-off will be at 7 o'clock tomorrow, so keep that in mind. If you're coming downtown a little bit earlier, temperatures should still be closer to that low 60-degree range, but we're quickly going to be falling into the 50s and get ready for a very chilly night ahead. So that does lead us to a cool start on your Friday, but by the afternoon, I don't think you could order much better weather up for us here across Northeast Ohio. Temperatures will be into the 70s, and you'll notice no blinking red box days until we get into Sunday. And that's great news, especially if you are attending the Spooky Pooch Parade there in Lakewood. Temperatures will be into the 60s, so yeah, seasonably chilly. Keep that in mind for some of the costumes, of course, maybe for yourselves if you are matching the dog or however you may have that already planned out to be. Just a couple clouds out there. We'll watch for a stray shower possible, but I think for the most part, any rain that works back in will be late as we go into the nighttime hours on Saturday, and then linger with us as we go through the early part of your Sunday. So we've got the Put-in-Bay Oktoberfest. I'm not saying that it's going to be a complete washout, but I would definitely plan on there being rain around the area. As you go about any of your Sunday activities, we'll watch for some of those lingering showers Monday into Tuesday, but get ready for a huge temperature change by early this next week. We're only talking highs low to mid 50s through about midweek, and then I do think once we get closer to Wednesday, more of these rain chances should start to taper off, and at least as the forecast stands right now, trending a little bit drier through the end of the week. A little cooler, but drier. I think we can handle that, especially if you are maybe doing some fun activities. Believe it or not, we're saying this Christmas ale first pour on Thursday, and then again, we will watch for the Fall Festival of Leaves out in the Bainbridge area.
All right, thank you so much, Erica. Take a look at our First Alert weather evening. We go from the mid-50s, chilly, into the low 50s. And I'll tell you what, our low tonight in Cleveland's 47. Inland areas could easily wake up tomorrow morning with a 41, 42. And then Friday morning as well could even be in the upper 30s. So we are chilly. All right, we'll of course have the latest on Hurricane Milton as it makes landfall between now and probably 10 p.m. We'll see you at 10 o'clock and 11.